Okay, whether you're totally new to rolling out a yoga mat or you've literally been practicing for years, there's actually a globally recognized toolkit designed just for your holistic health. Welcome to this explainer on the common yoga protocol. It's this fascinating intersection of ancient Indian tradition and, well, modern wellness.
Modern life often kind of reduces yoga to just a simple workout, right? Like a quick way to stretch your hamstrings or break a sweat. But looking at the source material, it's absolutely clear yoga is so much more than just physical exercise. The true philosophy here is discovering a really profound sense of oneness with ourselves, the world, and nature. We're talking about a complete, holistic system for physical, mental, and emotional harmony.
So here's our roadmap for today. We're going to unpack this protocol step by step. First, ancient wisdom, modern wellness. Then, preparing body and mind. After that, we'll hit the core yoga postures, followed by the power of the breath. Then we'll cover safe practice and benefits. And finally wrap up with a path to global harmony.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, Ancient Wisdom, Modern Wellness.
To really wrap our heads around this protocol, we have to look at the literal definition of yoga. The word actually comes from the Sanskrit root yuj. It means to join, to yoke, or to unite. So the ultimate goal isn't just about touching your toes or physical flexibility. It's about the union of individual consciousness with universal consciousness. It's essentially this spiritual discipline based on an extremely subtle science, focused entirely on bringing total harmony between your mind and your body. And you know what? The world completely recognized the power of this unity. Back in 2014, following an address by India's Prime Minister to the UN General Assembly, something pretty remarkable happened. A staggering 177 member states co-sponsored a resolution to establish June 21st as the International Day of Yoga. The UN essentially recognized that yoga provides a holistic approach to health and well-being that literally the entire global population can benefit from. And to standardize this massive global movement, well, that's exactly how the common yoga protocol was born.
Okay, moving on to Section 2, Preparing Body and Mind.
So the common yoga protocol, it is definitely not just a random list of stretches. It's a meticulously structured progression. You don't just jump straight into a difficult pose. The sequence actually starts with setting a prayerful mood, then moves into gentle loosening practices before transitioning to the core physical postures, or asanas. And finally, it peaks with breathwork and meditation for complete, total internal relaxation.
Now, that second step is absolutely vital. It's called sukshma vyayama, or loosening practices. Before you do any deep stretching, the protocol guides you through simple, gentle movements. Think forward and backward neck bending, twisting your trunk, and careful knee movements like half squatting. If you've been, say, sitting at a desk all day, this increases essential microcirculation in those stiff joints. It safely signals to your nervous system, hey, it's time to transition out of the daily grind and into a focused practice.
Let's dive into Section 3, the core yoga postures.
As you can see, the protocol systematically groups the physical asanas into 4 distinct categories: standing, sitting, prone, which means lying on your stomach, and supine, which is lying on your back. And every single movement has a highly functional, targeted purpose. Take the standing forward bend, Padahastasana. That builds back flexibility. Moving to a sitting posture like Ardha Ustrasana, or half camel pose, relieves lower back strain. Lying prone in Makarasana, the crocodile pose, gives you deep lower back relaxation. And those supine postures like Pavanamuktasana, the wind-releasing posture, they literally stretch your abdominal organs to improve digestion and relieve constipation. It really covers the whole shebang. And here's the best part. The physical sequence always concludes with a deeply important posture, Shavasana, or the corpse posture. Lying flat on your back, palms facing upwards, you just consciously relax your entire body. The protocol really emphasizes simply observing the natural flow of your breath, allowing it to slow down naturally until you reach this amazing state of absolute conscious rest.
Next up is Section 4, the power of the breath.
Throughout the entire protocol, there's a huge emphasis on synchronizing every single physical movement with continuous breathing. But beyond just that, dedicated breathwork really takes center stage here. Techniques like Kapalabhati are used to purify the system while you're sitting in a meditative posture. Then comes Pranayama, and I love how the source material describes this. It helps the mind, which, let's face it, is constantly attracted to the outer, stressful world, make a U-turn and move deeply inwards. This inward focus smoothly transitions you right into dhyana, or meditation, where you reach a quiet, totally undisturbed state. All right, rolling right into section 5, safe practice and benefits. The sources give us some very clear guidelines here, but don't worry, these aren't meant to be intimidating warnings. They're just mindful modifications. Basic hygiene, like emptying your bladder before practice, is definitely recommended. But more importantly, the text highlights exactly how to adapt. Like, if you have severe cervical spondylitis, you just avoid sudden neck bending. If you have vertebral disorders or back pain, you modify the trunk movements. You practice knee bends super carefully if you have arthritis. And women in advanced stages of pregnancy are advised to skip certain abdominal stretches, like that wind-releasing posture we talked about. The point is, there's a safe, incredibly inclusive way for almost anyone to engage with this toolkit.
And let me tell you, the payoff for practicing safely is absolutely enormous. The protocol explicitly points out that modern medical research has uncovered massive benefits that back up what millions of practitioners already know. Regular yoga practice is proven to be a game changer for cardiovascular health and musculoskeletal functioning. It helps manage diabetes, respiratory disorders, and hypertension. And mentally, it is a powerful tool to reduce depression, fatigue, and anxiety disorders. It basically acts as the ultimate preventative healthcare, transforming both your body and mind into stepping stones for a really fulfilling life.
Which brings us to our final section, Section 6, a path to global harmony. You know, this protocol builds into a much broader global vision. Take a look at the official International Day of Yoga logo. It's a perfect visual representation of this interconnectedness. Humanity, the globe, and nature, all totally united. The overarching mission is simple, but so profound. Yoga for harmony and peace. This isn't just about your own personal health, it's about community and global well-being. In fact, the protocol actually opens its practice with this incredibly beautiful ancient prayer. May you move in harmony. May you speak in unison. Let our mind be equanimous like in the beginning. Let the divinity manifest in your sacred endeavors. Doesn't that just set the intention perfectly? It's a really powerful reminder that yoga is this profound pursuit of internal and external unity, binding us all together through shared, mindful practice. So we've walked through the ancient origins, the physical preparations, the inward pull of the breath, and the profound medical benefits of this global toolkit. Yoga promises that achieving peace within ourselves is the very first step to achieving peace in the world. So if global harmony really does begin with individual equilibrium, what's stopping you from taking your first conscious breath today? Thank you so much for exploring the Common Yoga protocol with me on this explainer. Keep learning and, of course, keep practicing.